There's also a vacancy of sorts at the top of the pound-for-pound rankings. Now, technically, everyone's moved up a spot in the ring rankings. So it's like Usyk 1 and the Monster 2. But I'll just mention that for the last several years, there's been a debate in boxing about who the number one pound-for-pound fighter it was, you know? Now, people like me who were proven right by the events of what actually happened would say Crawford. But others would argue Usyk and Inoue, and not always in that.
Kellerman is known for bold opinions, and this time he is very clear. He says the pound-for-pound throne is no longer empty, and he knows exactly who deserves it. After studying the stats and watching the fights closely, Kellerman believes it's time to name the real successor to Terence Crawford. This isn't just a small ranking change.
Mama, Grandma, we made it. We made it. You know, it's been a journey, you know? It's been a journey. I remember, like it was yesterday, I went to quit boxing. You know, it was getting to the point where I didn't enjoy it no more. I didn't love it no more. And Bomac, you know, he always, hey, don't worry about it, man. Just keep going. It's gonna all pay off one day. And I'm like, man, fuck boxing. But them having the faith in me and keeping me on the narrow arrow, you know, is what y'all see today.
This wasn't a quiet goodbye. It was a statement. Terence Crawford left boxing as the undisputed super middleweight champion and the clear number one pound-for-pound fighter in the world. But when he stepped away, he didn't just leave belts behind. He left confusion. Now, the biggest question isn't who wins those titles, but who becomes the new king of boxing. A panel with Max Kellerman, Malik Scott.
It's a clean sweep. So there is, on this show, there is no controversy. I believe it's Usyk for one reason. They're both super fighters, right? And Bam might join them pretty soon. Usyk has a bag that reminds me of Crawford. No matter what adjustment you make, Tyson Fury makes great adjustments. He made adjustments and was playing with Usyk in the middle of that fight. Playing with his food, toying with him. Oh my God, Tyson Fury just separated himself from Usyk. And Usyk made another adjustment and came back and beat him. And then beat him in the rematch. He's like Crawford that way. Yes. He's like Crawford, not the puncher Crawford is. I think that was the difference. They're very similar. Crawford's a better natural puncher than
he can adjust
Usyk.
On the fly.
But
for years, the debate was a three-headed monster.
For years, the pound-for-pound debate focused on three names: Crawford, Inoue, and Usyk. With Crawford gone, many expected disagreement. Instead, the experts all agreed. Alexander Usyk is now the number one pound-for-pound fighter in the world. It's not just about wins and losses. It's about what he's achieved. He dominated cruiserweight, then moved up to heavy.
He's so fucking good. He's so good. I mean, you think about what that guy has done. He beat AJ twice. He beat Tyson Fury twice. And now he beat Dubois twice. That's crazy.
No, it's incredible.
Those are two of the best, of this era. I think he's one of the best of all time. I really do. I think he's one of the best heavyweights of all time. And his movement is so different. One of the things that was interesting, where they were talking about the fight, and AJ Tony Bellows was talking about when he fought him, and AJ was saying that when he fought him, it was the most exhausted he's ever been. Because he's always moving. There's no rest with him.
No rest.
There's
no
like
time
constant, there's constant twitching.
Under fire the whole time.
you're constantly thinking, when is this coming? There's no silent agreements. There's no relaxation. There's no, there's no rounds off. Yeah. Everything is, he's putting it on you and moving constantly. Like I always say, he's like a giant Lomachenko.
Got it.
They were both trained by the same guy.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, Lomachenko's father trained Usyk as well.
Ah.
Yeah.
So there's something, something.
Obviously, gravity keeps him from moving the way Lomachenko does, because Lomachenko's so small.
Yeah.
He can dance around you.
For sure.
In footwork, just majestic footwork. But Usyk's footwork is there's a bunch of breakdowns of the final combination that he hit Daniel with, and you know he steps off to the side and lands that fucking left hook from hell. God, it was good. You could see Daniel was already tired.
Max Kellerman explained exactly why Usyk deserves the top spot. The key is his ability to adjust during a fight. When things change, Usyk changes with them. Look at his fights with Tyson Fury. Fury is huge, awkward, and smart with his size. Still, Usyk figured him out, adjusted his timing, and took over. Malik Scott and Shady McCoy agreed. When a smaller fighter not only beats a giant but outskills him.
In now where he is now, he has not been knocking people out the same way. Until then, even as he moved up, he was beating people up and knocking them out. And now that stopped, whereas Usyk only made one jump, but it's a big jump.
It's a big jump,
heavy.
right?
And he's still
and
he's still knocking
like
guys
Tyson
out.
Fury, like
Yes,
he really handled Tyson Fury.
He did.
And this is Tyson Fury we talking about.
Yeah.
How about you?
I got to go with Usyk as well, Max. And again, what you said is why I have him number one. I mean, Daniel Dubois is a very, very solid heavyweight.
Solid
He picks
guy.
him apart like no problem.
I wouldn't call him solid. I call him dynamic.
Dynamic,
He's
yeah,
a
that's fair.
dynamic
Yeah.
heavyweight.
That's
He
fair.
has speed. He has power.
Yeah.
He has athletic ability. He didn't want it at the end of the Joe Joyce fight, but he has since righted the ship.
Yep.
But he no question, Usyk dominated him.
Look what Usyk did to him. Usyk
I
can do
believe
it all.
twice.
You know,
Did he twice? He
southpaw
did
twice,
somebody
two
else he
knockouts.
beat
Two
twice?
knockouts twice, yeah.
Now I'll say this: it's a clean sweep. So there is on this show there is no controversy. I believe it's Usyk for one reason. They're both super fighters, right? And Bam might join them pretty soon. Usyk has a bag that reminds me of Crawford. No matter what adjustment you make, Tyson Fury makes great adjustments. He made adjustments and was playing with Usyk in the middle of that
Yes,
fight.
he was.
Playing with his food, toying with him. Oh my God, Tyson Fury just separated himself from Usyk. And Usyk made another adjustment and came back and beat him. And then beat him in the rematch. He's like Crawford that way.
Yes.
He's like Crawford, not the puncher Crawford is. I think that was the difference. They're very similar. Crawford's a better natural puncher than
He can
than
adjust
Usyk.
on the fly.
But he can,
Of course, many fans are loudly backing Naoya Inoue. And their argument makes sense. Inoue is a 4-division champion with speed, power, and highlight reel knockouts. But the experts explain why he ranks second, not first. The reason is size difference. While Inoue has moved up divisions,
pound for pound now
I got
in
Usyk.
Crawford's absence. Inoue 2. Malik, you think it's Usyk 1, Inoue 2 apparently, right?
Yes.
Or do you have Larry Holmes 2? You know, he's
I believe when Crawford fought Canelo before the fight is when I really understood that the pound for pound list from people is a real circumstantial statement.
Okay.
Because going in, I already said Usyk is the number one pound for pound. I don't care how Terence Crawford beat Canelo. Usyk still was my guy. And after the fight, Terence, yeah, he is top 3 pound for pound, but I would have to put Alexander Usyk
So you
there.
still have Usyk over Inoue?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you have Usyk 1, Inoue 2. What do you got,
Usyk 1.
Shady?
I'm going with Usyk 1, like you just talked about. I mean, he's been so dominant, right? And I think in a way he's doing a great job, but I gotta go with Usyk, man. And this the way he's been fighting though, right? You heavyweight, right? And you beating these bigger guys, you beating them down.
Now, Inoue has
He beat-
moved up more divisions than Usyk. However, those jumps are smaller.
Crawford
And
too.
Usyk, in now where he is now, he has not been knocking people out the same way. Until then, even as he moved up, he was beating people up and knocking them out. And now that stopped, whereas Usyk only made one jump, but it's a big jump. From
It's a
cruiser
big
to
jump.
heavy.
by retiring now, Crawford avoids facing fighters like Jaron Boutsenis or a unified champion like Janabek. Critics say this leaves unanswered questions. Crawford's response is simple. He believes he wouldn't get credit anyway. If he beat Boots, people would say Boots was too young. If he beat Janabek, they'd say he wasn't proven yet. He may be right. Still, years from now, those missing names could be the only thing keeping Crawford from standing alone at the very top. He chose peace over proving a point. Time will decide if that was the right choice. What do you think?
Inoue did what Inoue does to Alan Picasso, and the casuals immediately chimed in, crowning him the pound for pound king. That's not analysis, that's fandom. Pound for pound isn't about how dominant you look in your own lane. It's about the quality of opposition, the context of the wins, and what's actually at stake. And by that standard, there is a clear pound for pound number one, and it's not Naoya Inoue. That leader is Alexander Usyk. And once you step back and actually look at what he's done and who he's done it against, that gap is clear. Part of the reason we're only having this conversation now is because Terence Crawford stepped away, which is why it feels so open. And with that spot vacated, people rush to fill it. This isn't about tearing Inoue down. It's about what being the best pound for pound fighter asks of said fighter. And once you apply that standard consistently, the conversation changes fast. And that's exactly why we need to talk about what actually happened with Naoya Inoue's fight last night with Alan Picasso. Now, before y'all guys like jump in the comments and stuff and say, oh, you're just tearing down Inoue, you don't think Inoue is good? Like, no, I'm not. Like I said, I'm not tearing down Naoya Inoue. Instead, I think he looked absolutely fantastic against Alan Picasso. I mean, there was not a moment in the fight where I was concerned for the safety or the legitimacy of Naoya Inoue's number 2 pound for pound spot. My real issue comes in with what Usyk's done compared to what Inoue's done. And it's completely clear now that, assuming Terence Crawford's really retired, I think he is, it's very clear that Alexander Usyk's number one. And it was always clear that it was Crawford, Usyk, Inoue, but now it's just Usyk and Inoue since Crawford is gone. And you go back and you look at the Joshua, Dubois, Fury. Dubois wins for Alexander Usyk. Nothing Inoue has done matches that.